So we've all heard people say that you are what you eat, and food is fuel, right? Well, today we're talking with somebody who has recently decided to implement a more plant-based diet into their lifestyle and tell us a little bit about the results that they've seen so far. So I'm Marianne from This Wellness Life, and today we're with Shane Bouverie, dear friend and athlete. Shane, tell us a little bit about your background and the sports that you've been involved with over the years.
Okay, so I've always been pretty active. Cycling, mountain biking, motocross. Endurance stuff is more my thing. And around 2011, I ended up developing a heart issue that kind of came out of nowhere.
And I've been on some of these bike rides with you. You are definitely endurance athlete, yeah? So...
I enjoy pushing myself a little bit. I enjoy pushing myself. It's fun.
And before we get into the heart issue, tell me a little bit. Like, you didn't grow up in a vegetarian or a plant-based household, did you?
No. It was meat and 3 veg.
Yeah.
Pretty much every night.
Yeah,
as
steak
long as I can remember.
mash, peas and corn, I think is what we remember.
Pretty much, yeah.
And even though you were really athletic, and I can definitely attest to that, you're a busy guy. Your lifestyle wasn't always super elite, was it?
No. I enjoy some beer. I enjoy having a party.
Yeah.
But I would still get up in the morning and go and push my body, and probably not the best way to be an athlete.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
Okay,
yeah.
So tell us about the health issues then. Tell us about the heart issues.
Okay, so I was doing endurance mountain bike events.
Yep.
In 2010, I was getting pretty fit. 2011, I ended up having this heart issue and arrhythmia. Mm-hmm. Came out of nowhere. Was training one morning and it was like bang in my chest, and I thought, okay, that's not normal. I didn't really change anything at that point. I was still drinking beer, eating whatever I wanted to, still drinking caffeine.
Yep.
I gave up caffeine after the second time it happened. Mm-hmm. That was in 2011. I sort of monitored things, but I didn't change my diet or alcohol.
And you saw a doctor for this, yeah?
I saw a doctor.
Tests and stuff?
I had tests. I had stress tests. I had all these different tests. They said basically, there's nothing they can do about it. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of went on living my life.
Yep.
I made some changes a few years later after having a few really bad issues, being stuck on the side of the road where my heart monitor stopped working, massive pain in my chest. I thought I was having a heart attack. So I decided to give up alcohol. Okay. So I gave up alcohol for a few months, and I noticed quite a difference. A lot less of the arrhythmias happening. Mm-hmm. And then gave up alcohol long enough where I thought, okay, this seems to be working. And then out of nowhere, I had one of the bad ones.
Right.
So I thought, okay, well, what can I do now? I went and saw a cardiologist, and he suggested that I give up alcohol completely, I look at changing some things in my diet, or I take beta blockers.
Okay.
And I decided I'm not taking beta blockers. So I researched and I did a lot of online research, and I found out that a lot of people were saying that a lot of heart issues stem from digestion. Mm-hmm. So I looked into plant-based, and I looked into all these different avenues. So about 3.5 months ago, I decided to try a plant-based diet. Okay. Gave up alcohol at the same time again, and the plant-based diet was phenomenal. In my results, I pretty much went probably 3 weeks without any heart issues at all.
And
no arrhythmias.
How regularly were they happening before that?
Probably 10 to 15 times a day.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Massive difference.
So 10 to 15 times a day down to 3 weeks without anything at all.
Yeah.
And the only difference was a more plant-based diet.
So I'm doing 5 days a week plant-based. Okay. I allow myself on the weekend to have chicken or a steak or something like that.
Yeah.
But the benefits were so phenomenal that I would almost consider going plant-based.
100%.
Full time, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, you're a bit of a numbers guy. You're a data geek, yeah? That's what we love about you.
Love data.
So, in addition to your health improvements, have you seen any differences in your athletic performance?
Yeah, I did. So obviously where I live is winter at the moment.
Yeah.
So I've been training indoors. One of the biggest differences I noticed that for the same wattage, I'm a cyclist, the same wattage output, my heart rate is 10 to 15 beats a minute less.
Lower. Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's phenomenal.
And have you seen any difference in your recovery?
Recovery-wise, yeah, definitely. I'm not as sore for as long.
Yep.
So I can push myself pretty hard and bounce back the next day and go at it again. It really is phenomenal, and I know you've been pushing this, and you've said to me quite a few times, you should really try and look at this. And for a lot of years I haven't, but it's amazing. It really is.
Let's back up a bit. What was it that was sort of having you be a bit standoffish about the plant-based? And I'm very mindful of not referring to it as veganism, because I think veganism is sort of a dirty word in some arenas. So tell me a little bit about why you were so hesitant to do it previously.
I guess a lot of it had to be, I love steak.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I love a good steak, and I was like, well, I don't think I can cut that out. And I'm also not a good cook. So I was like, well, how am I going to make plants taste good?
Yeah.
So I ended up finding a company that actually does plant-based meals, home delivered.
Yep.
And that kind of took the worry of like, what am I going to do? Eat carrots and lettuce every night?
Yeah.
And that really, really got me on board. And honestly, now I would look at doing it full time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing. What information, I guess, what advice would you give to somebody who's sort of thinking about it, or maybe on the fence, or what would you say to somebody?
I would say give it a go. Try it for 2 weeks, and if you don't notice any difference, try it for a 3rd week, because it does. I think the first 2 weeks were the biggest difference that I noticed.
Yep.
I just felt lighter. It was strange. I just felt lighter. I didn't feel like bogged down. I mean, and if you're out there and you're exercising and you want to be healthy and fit, that's definitely a bonus.
Give it a go.
Yeah, definitely.
Shane, thanks so much for joining us.
No worries.
Look forward to some updates from Shane in the future. We'll talk to you guys soon.